Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first OJWonderbread film reviews. And unlike the fancy sip review that's been around for a while and actually has catchphrases and some repeat viewers, this is going to be my movie review channel section that I've been wanting to do for a while. The reason for this is, even though I do love reviewing beverages, you have kind of two different community of beverage reviews. You have your alcohol review videos in which your community is going to be either people going to college wanting to know what the best six-pack to drink is that'll make them cool, or, alcoholics wanting to know if the new Four Loko is worth the $3. On the other hand, you have your snack drink review fans, which are kind of going to be, your gamer type people, the people that haven't been taken over by G Fuel yet, but, your 2006 era gamer or your internet wrestling community fan from the 2000s, which I love all that stuff, but I do want to get a bit more, artistic on this channel. So I'm going to be reviewing movies. And I thought, what better movie to review for the first video review than the new Monkey Paw movie? And the movie was so crazily, tonally different than what I was expecting that, I thought I'd wear this ridiculous outfit to, be like the difference of the Final Destination movie and the Monkey Paw and the fancy sip review in this 2006 tracksuit that I got at a place called Pocket Change Exchange. And going back to the difference of what I expected with the movie and what it turned out to be, was I was thinking the movie was going to be kind of a Final Destination Rube Goldberg machine type thing, where the monkey would hit its drum and then kill the person, and it would be drawn out. But the movie isn't that in any way, actually. I'm not going to ruin the movie or have any spoilers, but tonally the movie is a lot more, more in lines of a Beetlejuice type movie or a cynical 90s teen comedy horror movie where the characters kind of play out that they know that they're in a movie, which is good because there is a lot of deaths in the movie. And if you were to actually feel anything for the characters who are constantly dying, the movie would kind of feel a lot like the horror movie Contagion, where you'll have a character who then gets sick and then dies and you feel bad. But in this movie, there's so many people dying that you just don't care or you're not sympathetic for the characters. Their deaths are kind of funny and their accepting of the deaths is kind of funny. Because there's no emotional connection to the characters. It's just easier to palate the humor of the movie. And it is a lot like a very high scale Tales from the Crypt episode. The way that it is as a Tales from the Crypt episode kind of still has a lot of absurdity to it. It seems as if they had Tim Robinson from I Think That You Should Leave, who's also getting his own horror movie soon called like Friendship or something like that. But it seemed as if there was just a kind of a whimsical, absurd, I Think You Should Leave type take on a Tales from the Crypt episode, and it honestly was a really good movie. All of the characters in the movie were really funny, and everybody from the children that are in the movie who are portraying, your main antagonist talking over the movie, the bully brother who is so one track, it's unbelievable, who then by the end of the movie, it's just literally just insane. You have your small town preacher guy who's really funny. The mother character is probably the funniest character in the whole movie, and there's just a lot of really good characters in the movie. The mother in the movie kind of reminds me a lot of a younger Aubrey Plaza, although I think the mother is a lot older than Aubrey Plaza, but she's very cynical in the context of things that happen to her in the movie. She's a single mother raising kids, and she just kind of is just like a negative person who then gives that to the kids. And then when they get the monkey box, everything is just accepting of death, which is really funny. But the personas of the characters kind of seem as if they know they're just playing up a character. Another thing that's really interesting in the movie is that the movie takes place in two time periods where you have your kids who are seeing everybody die and then them in the future trying to solve the issue. But when they change the time period, 25 years, what it says in the movie, it's supposed to be 2015 in the movie, but it looks identical to what it looks like when it's in the 90s in the movie, which is incredibly funny because it really goes back into the budget of the movie where they know that they can just have the same set pieces and just give them cell phones and people will just be like, oh yeah, this is 2015 now. All the characters were really funny. There's honestly, I have to say, there's really nothing bad I can say about the movie. It's probably the most entertaining movie that I've seen since either The Substance or Late Night with the Devil. And I mean, I wasn't bored at all seeing the movie in any way. It's really funny. They had one scene that I kind of want to go back to because I talked about the internet wrestling community. But there's a funny scene in the movie in which there's kind of a Hulk Hogan hulking up type scene, which goes back to a scene in the movie in which somebody challenges him to an arm wrestling contest in which he doesn't take it, leading to a arm wrestling type contest with the monkey that seems as if it's straight out of like late 80s, early 90s pro wrestling. It was honestly one of the most funny movies I've seen in my life. The movie, well, not funniest movies in my life, but is a horror movie. It was more in line with something like the Scary Movie movie franchise where it's genuinely an actually funny movie, or a movie like I don't remember what it's called, that Neighborhood movie that came out in the 90s, or like your Heathers or your movies like that where it's played up more in terms of just like a silly community where the characters are funny. But all the characters were really funny. I think the standout for the movie is probably the mother character, who kind of reminds me a lot of Aubrey Plaza, where if Aubrey Plaza is able to maintain a whole career out of playing just some quirky girl, I think that she would probably be able to also do the same thing as her. And I'm sure all of these kids will probably be in movies later on, kind of like people in the Goosebumps series in the 90s. But with that all being said, I would have to definitely say I would definitely give that movie a passable rating. I think honestly I would probably give that a movie a perfect rating, but as you know, I usually have a very positive outlook on movies and I rarely give out negative reviews. But I would probably give the movie a 10 out of 10. I know that it's crazy to be a film reviewer, but in terms of film reviewers, I'm the kind of person that's going to be listening to Bloodhound Gang and Mindless Self-Indulgence. I'm not going to be like, I'm not the needle drop. I'm not trying to watch some like fancy upscale movie. In terms of beverage reviews, I take that very seriously. But in terms of movies, I'm just trying to have fun. And the Monkey Paw movie, I think it's just called The Monkey. It's the best horror movie I've seen this year. It was better than Companion. It was better than Hard Eyes. It was never boring and never dragged. And as just a Stephen King movie, honestly, I think that this might be, one of his best movies. I don't think it's going to be as big as like The Shining or anything like that, but it's definitely a lot better than Thinner, and it's definitely a lot better than Maximum Overdrive. I give the movie a thumbs up, honestly. I think you should definitely see it. I don't think that there's any flaws with the movie. It's the most bizarre, insane horror movie that I've seen in a while, and yeah, you definitely got to see it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to be reviewing horror movies or whatever movie comes out every week from now on, and goodbye.